Hi, Dave McIntosh here with another adventure for you. In my last video, we went on a ride across Algonquin Park on Highway 60 and stopped at several spots along the way. In that video, I mentioned I would take you on a trip into the interior with us on one of the videos. Well, Smoke Lake is the trip we're going to go on, and come on, let's go. Hi, Dave McIntosh here in Algonquin Park at Smoke Lake. It's one of my favorite places to go. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Smoke Lake entry is one of the most popular lakes to enter the park's backcountry through. It is also the entry lake that I first used to enter the park's interior. It is a fairly large lake and is orientated north and south, so when the winds get blowing, it can be quite rough at the opposite end of the lake. The other thing to know is the winds always seems to get stronger as the day goes on, so crossing this lake in the early morning is the best time. I have gotten out on the lake after lunch a couple of times before getting all the way across. Some of the waves were breaking over the bow of the canoe. Before entering the park for a trip like this, you need to register with the park for which lakes you want to camp on any particular date. You also need to know the rules of the park. For instance, you can't bring any canned food into the park, so all your food needs to be dried or fresh, and all the garbage you create while in the park needs to be packed back out or burned. When the lake is relatively calm, it takes about an hour of steady paddling to get from one end to the other. Smoke Lake does have some cottages on it, but they are grandfathered in and no more are allowed to be built. It also allows small motorboats on it, both for fishing and servicing the cottages. In the 1960s, motorboats were allowed in further, but have not been for many years now, both to preserve the wilderness and the quality of the water in the lakes and allow the fish numbers to come up again. At the far end of the lake is a 250-meter portage into Ragged Lake. The portages are well marked, but you need a good map to know where to go. It is an easy portage, so getting your gear and canoe across is not that hard. As soon as you get into Ragged, you can feel the difference. You know you are in the wilderness. Ragged Lake is a nice lake with a number of small bays with a good-sized island in the middle. We have made Ragged our home base several times when we were only in for a few days. The campsites are all well marked and relatively easy access. They are also quite a distance from each other, so noise and privacy is not a problem. We have used a number of them, though we did have some favorites. At the back of each site, in the trees, away from the tents, is a toilet, both for privacy and to make the campsites good for all. One of the campsites on Ragged Lake has a large rock sticking out into the lake and is quite an open site, which I enjoy. I like a place down by the water to sit and read or just relax and enjoy the views. Or enjoy the sun rise or set. I enjoy the sun sparkling on the water and the smells of the trees and a mesmerizing campfire. We love going for a paddle in the evening when the lake is calm, enjoying the water rippling along the side of the canoe and the quiet of the whole scene. It all brings peace to my soul. At the far end of Ragged Lake is another portage. It takes you into the Porcupine Lakes. This portage is 590 meters long and is not easy. It's mostly uphill, though it is wide and easy to follow. The Porcupine Lakes, big and little, are connected by a narrows, which with a little extra paddling means you don't have to take the portage between the two. We have mostly enjoyed Little Porcupine as it has some very nice campsites and has been good for fishing for lake trout. While on any one of these lakes, we would often set up our camp and stay there for several days, and then take day trips to the lakes surrounding it. In that way, we wouldn't have to carry all our gear with us and save a lot of weight as we portaged. On one of our stays on Big Porcupine Lake, we were camping with the kids, and in the middle of the night, we were woken by a clatter outside our tents. We discovered some raccoons messing with our pots and pans around the campfire. After shooing them off, we got back to sleep, but in the morning, we discovered they had gotten into our food pack, even though it was hung in a tree, and eaten all our bread. Well, that was a night to remember. After spending some time on Ragged or the Porcupine Lakes, we would return the way we went in, out through smoke. These trips were always very enjoyable, and we were sad that it was over. One year, in 1999, we tripped from the Porcupine Lakes to the Bon Shear Lakes, then to the Pips, Kirkwood, Pardee, Harness, Head, Cache, Tanamacoon, Little Island, and then back into Smoke. This was a one-week trip and very hard. There were several portages, around 1,000 meters, and one 1,700 meters. Those were hard, really hard, but we did it, and we're proud we did. I trust you enjoyed this trip with us into the interior, and I wish for you many great adventures in Algonquin Park. Every trip is new and unique, and each day is an adventure. Come back next week and we'll take you on another trip into the interior.